Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight, a community rocked by an apparent suicide. 2 cabinet ministers weigh in on that election poll. The DNA getting set for this week's convention, and the hashtag Lunchbag movement hits Nassau. Welcome to our news. I'm Kyle Joaquin. Thanks for joining us. Topping news tonight, a man was found hanging from a tree early this morning. The shocking discovery rocking a community off Shirley Street and leaving family members in utter disbelief. The man, who police say was a Haitian national, was in his 60s, and around 8 this morning, he was found dead in his backyard.
Relative discovered him around about 8 a.m. We are in the early stages of our investigation to determine exactly what happened, or if there's any indications that this individual is contemplating committing suicide. We do not know that yet. Definitely an autopsy will have to be performed to determine the exact cause of death. The victim's brother, visibly upset, told reporters on the scene that they lived in the house and shared a bedroom. And this morning, when he watched his brother get up, there was nothing out of the norm.
He come in the front room, he come to wash with you. You always do wash with you in the morning. So I still in my bed. So when I wake up about 7:30, so I pick up my clothes to wash it. I go in the back. So when I come in the front room, I see him.
But then he said he heard his brother's cell phone ring, and it was coming from the backyard.
I walk in the back. When I look at the nature, I see you ringing by himself. So that's why I saw him. So that's why I let somebody call the police for me. So let police come to see where he can hang up by himself.
We understand the victim is Centile Joseph, a handyman. As police wheeled the body into the hearse, reality began to set in for family and friends. But it's his brother who says he's left most confused, as his brother didn't have any enemies and no problems he knew about. With a wife and 7 children, he thought everything was fine. The two shared one last meal together last night.
We sit down last night. We just make some yam. I get some yam. I say, brother, I bring in some yam. You cook. So he cook. He go in the kitchen. So we cook some yam. We eat that together. So after that, we sit down. So after that, we go to sleep.
Police now have the task of confirming whether this was indeed a suicide. However, for now, they say there appears to be no foul play involved. In other news, in the wake of that public domain poll which showed low levels of support for the FNM and the PLP, Deputy Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis said it's reflective of a general sense of apathy for politics. Tourism Minister Obi Wilchcombe also weighed in on the poll, stating the government must take steps to meet the concerns of the Bahamian people. Dana Smith tells us more.
According to poll results, only 14% of respondents said they would vote for the PLP if an election was called tomorrow. 18% said they'd vote for the FNM, 15% for the DNA, 26% said they wouldn't vote, 9% preferred not to say, 16% are undecided. Davis said the poll reflects voter anxiety and anti-establishment sentiments that are being expressed internationally.
So I think what the poll has reflected is just the general angst amongst our electorate, and it's not just in the Bahamas. It's a world phenomenon. If you check what has been happening in most of the other countries, you'll find that the young people find that they have been feel disengaged from the political process, and there's a sweeping surge of anti-establishment sentiments that's even infecting our politics.
Davis said this apathy that voters feel for politics is the dilemma of the political landscape, and he voiced concern about the number of people who said they wouldn't vote or don't know who to vote for. Davis also emphasized the importance of engaging the country's youth.
Not surprised that you have that level of disengagement, but I think once the ship is righted, we will be able to find ways to engage them, because it's important for them to be engaged and not just throw up their hands and say and then just criticize. Because at the end of the day, if they stay out, not be involved, not engage, then what are they to criticize after that? Because then they will get the government that they either participate in electing or fail to participate to elect.
Researchers found a lack of support among youth for the PLP, with 68% of voters between the ages of 18 and 34 saying they have no intention of voting for the PLP. For his part, Wilchcombe said the government must respond to any dissatisfaction that's felt by voters.
We have to reach out to meet the concerns of the Bahamian people, and our response will be obviously to ensure that we are causing more Bahamians to be satisfied with our governance. If there's any level of dissatisfaction, as a responsible government, you have to respond to it and correct the problems, and that's what we are going to do.
Reporting for our news, I'm Dana Smith.
Thanks, Dana. Well, cracking crime is tough business, but Crime Stoppers Bahamas is tackling the issue head on with the launch of a new app that puts crime fighting at your fingertips. Christina McNeil has the scoop in this report.
Crime continues to be the top issue facing the country, despite murder statistics trending downward, according to the results of an August public domain survey. There have been just over 70 murders so far for 2016, compared to the 106 murders recorded during the same period last year. But that doesn't stop members of Crime Stoppers Bahamas from doing their part to further reduce crime in the country. Crime Stoppers Bahamas chairman Marissa Awai says the nonprofit launched its app, Crack Crime Bahamas, on Wednesday in recognition of World Peace Day. And its features make it easier for Bahamians to report and prevent crimes.
We have added, for convenience, emergency services in there. So if you want to find a police station, if you need to find Basra quickly, air ambulance, regular ambulance, the app has all those numbers already in there.
Most importantly, Awai says the app has an emergency alert system that sends messages out to all users who have it installed on their phones.
Anything happens, you can immediately send an alert out to everybody who has the app on their phone. So that's the most critical point of the app. If there's a robbery, if somebody goes missing, you know, that type of stuff, if there's a hold-up and you have information about the car, we can actually send text or we can actually send pictures. So if you do have a picture, we can send. So we are a bit even better than the alert systems in Florida, because you know the alert systems are just across the highways where they can send text messages. But because we are using the phone, we can actually send full graphics, color pictures along with our alerts if it's available to the police.
The hope is that through the app, credible messages are sent out as quickly as possible. And as with the traditional Crime Stoppers tip line, anonymity is key. Awai says additional layers of security are embedded in the app to protect tipsters.
What we are doing within the app is we are encrypting the data. So somebody sending it, they can see. And in fact, before it leaves your phone, you see the fact that the message you've keyed in the app is encrypted. So anybody intercepts the message or sees the message, it is encrypted. Once the text is received, it is forwarded on to the police. So really the police sees the message, but because the message is shown to the police coming from Crime Stoppers, the police have no way to link where the original source of the text came from.
The app is currently available in the Apple App Store, Google Play Store, and Windows App Store free of charge. But as you can imagine, creating an app for this specific purpose can be quite costly. Next week on Our News, we'll tell you just what it costs and how you can help. Reporting for Our News, I'm Christina McNeil.
Thanks, Christina. Well, it's a movement that made its way to the Bahamas last year and has since blown up. #Lunchbag incorporates everyday people coming together for a good cause to prepare lunch and hand it out to the less fortunate. Yesterday, it was a huge show of support by young Bahamians that brought it to life once again.
The Deltas, the Qs, Dream Nation, and other groups and individuals didn't hesitate to slip on some gloves and get to work at Mario's Bowling yesterday. The aim, to put a dent in hunger locally.
Well, one of our main characteristics is uplift. We want to get involved with the community, help out wherever we can. And we think that the #Lunchbag campaign is a very, very good thing right now. Go around the community, give out food, work together. Whatever we can do to bring uplift to the community, we're down for.
Well, I feel extremely excited about it. Giving back to the hungry and the poor is extremely important to me. I think it's a good initiative and it should continue to go on for years to come.
Well, I feel amazing. This is actually my first time at #Lunchbag Bahamas, and already it's been a great experience meeting so many different people and being here with all of my sorority sisters and being a part of something really great and really bigger than ourselves, because there are so many people that go hungry in the Bahamas here, and we're not really seeing that. We don't really know about it.
The organization is all about feeding the community. We wanted to find a way to bring people together, work together in a fun environment to package lunches and go out to the communities and give it to unsuspecting people. So we're going to hit a lot of the communities that need food the most.
So these people don't know you're coming?
No, it's all just happening on the spot.
At times, it felt like a party as these volunteers appeared to have had a little more than a good time. And as for the age limit, well, there was none.
My name is Robert.
Robert?
Yes.
I hear you're the head boy.
Yes, sir, I am.
Of St. John's College?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing here?
I'm helping out the community.
Why did you decide to do this today?
Because I was trying to get a whole prefect body, but they couldn't come, so I decided to just come by myself.
Wow.
And we decided to do it today because we had nothing else going on.
It really gladdens your heart. It's really better to give than to receive, so this is really an awesome event, yeah.
And you have your two friends here with you today?
Yes, my wonderful friends, Gina and Shafeen.
The box attorney all shy?
They're so busy working, you know?
How you feeling?
Hi, I'm great. I feel good.
I mean, you're giving back to such a worthy cause.
Well, you know, this is something that I am very passionate about, you know, because hunger is something that you don't ever want to be. You know, you always want to eat. I love to eat. So I can't think about people who don't have it, and so yeah, that's why I'm here.
Thank you.
Sandwiches, chips, water, and even fruit snacks all a part of the lunch bag with an uplifting message on the front. This year's event was aimed to help in the fight against breast cancer.
Part proceeds that we get from this event today will go towards the Breast Cancer Society of the Bahamas, and it's actually the prelude to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. As you know, October is dubbed as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we felt it was the right time, the right initiative, and it's the right cause.
When our news returns, the DNA gears up for this week's convention. Stay with us.